I want to ask you to imagine that an astonishing new drug has just been discovered by a brilliant scientist working for the government. Well, I did say this was imaginary, right? This astonishing drug, when administered in the right dosages to high school children, has an amazing impact. It virtually eliminates dropout and helps ensure successful graduation. Not only that, but it almost eliminates sexual experimentation and promiscuity during high school. And it significantly advances academic achievement. And not only that, but it strongly discourages drug involvement. Not only that, yes, it is a miracle drug. It also makes criminal involvement very unlikely. Yes, that's right. Our miracle drug could make the students at the country's worst public schools perform at a level that matches the very best private schools. And mind you, all this without raising the cost of education a penny beyond the already astronomical costs that bear so little relationship to value received. Now, do any of you doubt for even a moment that with or without parents' permission, this drug would be administered to high school students in almost every school district in the nation? Who could possibly deprive students of this drug? Who could be so cruel and heartless towards young people on the very threshold of their lives? This drug gives them a real shot at success. What is more, it helps wipe out many of the deeply destructive social pathologies from society. There should be a law that everyone has to take this medicine, right? Well, I don't know that we need another law, especially one having to do with medicine. We probably have a few thousand too many medical laws now as it is. However, at the very least, let's not make laws that make it harder and harder for young people to benefit from this life-saving medicine, right? What is this miracle medicine that keeps young people away from drugs, crime, and promiscuity? What is this dynamite drug that raises academic performance and encourages civil behavior? I'll tell you what it is, my friends. It is something so scary, so terrifying, so petrifying, that many in our society would rather have drugs, crime, dropouts, and promiscuity rampant in our schools than run the risk of people becoming addicted to this drug. Well, the good news, folks, is that it is not a drug at all. I'm not talking about a chemical or a medication. No! What I'm talking about is quite simple. It is marriage and family. That's all. Yes, here is the shocking news. Would you believe that a child raised in a home with its own mother and its own father, married to one another in a stable and long-term marriage, actually does far better than children raised without this advantage? Wow, would you believe that? Examine almost any socially destructive behavior, and more of it is found within people and within communities in which traditional marriage is dying. Poverty? Check. Violence? Check. Drug use? Check. Ignorance and illiteracy? Check. Poor health? Yes, check. Alcoholism? Check. Homelessness? Check. For every one of these tragic indicators of a society in decline, single people suffer far more than married people. Single people suffer far more poverty. In fact, nothing is a better indicator of poverty. Not race, not education, not gender, not geography, nothing but singleness. Violence is inflicted on society almost exclusively by unmarried males. As I mentioned in my speech at Man in the Moon in Salt Lake City, would you or would you not be relieved to discover that the 6 figures approaching you late at night in a dark alley were not 6 single men, but 3 married men out for a walk with their wives? See? Everyone knows it's true. Marriage to a woman makes men safe and productive. Drug use is far more prevalent among children not being raised by 2 attentive parents in a loving, stable home environment. Yes, it can happen, but it is far rarer than it is among children being raised by an unmarried person. Health statistics for single people are so awful that marriage should be a public health issue. Homelessness is almost entirely an affliction of single people unattached to family. My friends, a sane society would do everything possible to encourage marriage. Come to think of it, we were once a sane society. We used to do exactly that. But now, everything from popular entertainment to government policy makes it harder and less attractive for singles to marry. Could this have anything at all to do with how life in America has become indescribably more squalid, more expensive, and more dangerous?